Packers are a very talented team with Aaron Rodgers, but what happens if they don't have him anymore? Very heavily rumored right now, and it's theorized that Aaron Rodgers could be the next quarterback of the Denver Broncos. His time in Green Bay may be over. Doesn't mean it will be, but there is potential. So today we're going to experiment with the idea of rebuilding the Green Bay Packers without Aaron Rodgers. A bunch of big-time free agents, both this year and in the future. It's going to be really important to retain guys like Jair Alexander. Devontae Adams is the big one this year. I believe Za'Darius Smith is also a free agent. Aaron Rodgers may in fact be traded, so we're going to do that here. And let's go ahead and look into this Packers team. Wow, negative 28 point mil against the cap here. That's not ideal. This is Super Bowl week. I'm not going to bother with, okay, I will make sure the Rams win just for the sake of draft order. If you do online franchise, you can pick where you start. So we got up-to-date schedule, up-to-date records, everything like that. And we will have at Bengals, which means you got to have the away team win, so the Rams will win the Super Bowl. And we got to figure out where we want Aaron Rodgers to go, because the big rumor is Denver. But what type of trade would we make with the Broncos? Because I don't know if I want to necessarily just get a first-round pick. Aaron Rodgers is, the MVP 2 years running in a row now. So here's what we want to do. We want to get as much value as possible. It's probably going to be 2 first-round picks plus an established player. And I think that player could be Jerry Jeudy. Not positive yet, but it's a possibility. I feel like Rasul Douglas should be higher than a 78 at this point. He has been quite good. Devondre Campbell probably should be even higher than an 85. First team All-Pro. He was excellent. Major free agent acquisition by the Packers this year. What is his contract looking like? Is he still under contract? Ooh, he's going to be a free agent. The sponsor of today's video is a big one because they can really help you out. If you have multiple credit card balances each month and you're only paying the minimums, barely making a dent in your credit card debt, it can be discouraging. But Upstart can help you pay off your existing debt quickly so you can feel like you're finally getting ahead. The cool thing about Upstart is that they know that you're more than just your credit score, so they can take a look at other factors like income, employment, and other info in your loan application. They'll find a smarter rate for your loan, and you can check without impacting your credit score whatsoever. It only takes 5 minutes for loans between $1,000 and $50,000. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/Bengal or click the link in the description below. That's upstart.com/Bengal. And don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on credit, income, and certain other information provided in the loan application. That's upstart.com/Bengal. Thanks to Upstart for sponsoring the video. But that's probably someone we'll want to bring back. So I wouldn't say that that's automatically, oh, no shot. The draft class, I will be using in the future for the realistic rebuilds. I will be using an actual draft class, which is uploaded in the file share right now. It's called Bengal 2022 Draft. It's very, very wonky with whether it actually works or not, whether you can actually download it. They say they fixed the file share. In my experience, they still haven't. And we're going to be testing it out in this video. But in the fantasy style rebuilds, I'll be still using the random draft classes. And for the realistic style, I'll be using the realistic, which is the actual 2022 draft. So just to show it off for this video, I will load it in. All right, to negative 17 mil now. The 2021 season recap won't matter because it's, picked by the computer. Although they think Tom Brady should have won MVP, and maybe he should have, over, of course, Aaron Rodgers, who won it in real life. We talked about that, but here, I don't know. We're going to be in a tough spot. We can't trade Aaron Rodgers right now, so we're going to have to re-sign players first and then make a trade at some point during the offseason, which I think the first time we'll be able to do that. Is it now? No, it'll be, I think, next week at Free Agency 1. So we're minus 14.4 mil. That means we're probably not going to be able to bring back Devontae Adams. We have no money to do so. But how do we bring back Devondre Campbell, or Big Bob here, Robert Tonyan, Corey Bojorquez, Rasul Douglas, Chris Barnes? There is no money How are we going to deal with this? We saved so much by getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. There's a penalty associated with it, but unfortunately we cannot trade him right now. Zadarius Smith still under contract. Can't really trade him. Jair, we're obviously not going to get rid of right now or ever. I want to really keep him. Who can we really trade here? It's like, it's nobody. I mean, oh, Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb's going to get cut. That one's kind of an obvious one. But we're still not in the clear. Not even close. I released a number of different players in order to clear up some cap space. Sorry, Mason Crosby. He's missed too many kicks. He's older now, too. So we have 8.8 mil. Now, I need to figure out who the real priorities are. I think number one is Chris Barnes. Age plus ability. He's a viable starter for the future. After that, it gets a lot tougher. Barnes should be able to re-sign, I would say, fairly easily based on position and what he's going to be asking for, which is not that much. I can bump this up slightly, 5-year deal. Chris Barnes is back. We still have a little bit of money. Now, what I could do is maybe try to bring back Devondre Campbell and then franchise tag Davante Adams, which would put us into the negative, like, big time. But I would actually be able to keep him. So we're going to make that be declined. I don't really want to sign Devondre Campbell to a 4-year deal is the problem, because we know he's just going to get downgraded. He's somebody we might have to let go, unfortunately, just because there's not enough money to re-sign him, which I want to keep him, but there's just no scenario where it's going to be doable. There really isn't. Even Rasul Douglas is not going to be signable. He's just not going to be. Oh, all right. Never mind. He accepted. So we got Chris Barnes back. We got Rasul Douglas back. The decision now becomes between, would we rather keep Devondre Campbell or would we rather keep Davante Adams? And that feels like a pretty obvious decision. I'm going to franchise tag Davante Adams. We're going to lose Devondre Campbell. There is almost no money to make a deal. Trading Aaron Rodgers could be very, very difficult because of that franchise tag, but I think it's going to be for the best. We're going to figure out some wiggle room with some trades, and at negative 13.6, I think we should have the money to move A-Rod. And yeah, I'll look at the Broncos. Now, what I really want actually is Patrick Surtain. I just have to, it's going to be multiple first-round picks. It's pretty much going to be whatever I want. It's Aaron Rodgers. They can afford it. 2 first-round picks, plus I don't want Justin Simmons. Great player, too old. Noah Fant could be big because we're losing Robert Tonyan, but I don't think he's worth it. I want Surtain. We do have Alexander and Stokes, though, so I don't know if we really need to be trading for him. Jerry Jeudy could be the eventual Davante Adams replacement. So we'd have Davante Adams, Jerry Jeudy. I think this has to be the trade. Aaron Rodgers, 2 first-round picks, 1 guaranteed inside the top 10, and that is accepted. It's the Aaron Rodgers, or the Packers rebuild without Aaron Rodgers video. It had to happen. So I still think that was the best move we could have made with the Broncos. I want to keep it like some element of realism. There are some, people speculating, oh, maybe Jerry Jeudy's the problem, which I don't agree with, by the way. I think the Broncos offense is just a quarterback away. So, would they want to trade Jerry Jeudy and get Aaron Rodgers? I think yes, because it's Aaron Rodgers. But you also have to look at the Broncos receiving core. While losing Jerry Jeudy could prove to be not great long-term, their receiving core is really good. When KJ Hamler, who's a young, pretty talented receiver, is like your 3rd best option now, that's pretty good. You have Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler. He's not rated particularly high in the game, but he's super young. And Tim Patrick is super good, underrated, signed an extension. Courtland Sutton, obviously, is a really good talent. So I think that would be a worthwhile trade for both sides. Now, if there's actually a big Aaron Rodgers trade in the offseason with the Broncos, what does it look like? I don't know if it looks exactly like that. You can't trade 3 first-round picks in the game, so who knows? But I think that's a pretty fair trade for both sides. The offensive line isn't horrible. David Bakhtiari is one of the best tackles in the game. Elton Jenkins, one of the best overall linemen in the game. He can just do everything. Josh Myers, John Runyon Jr. Probably need to look to upgrade on Cole Van Lanen. And Josiah DeGuara, I don't love as our #1 tight end. The receiving core is fine for now, but it's going to get much worse. Do we try and develop Jordan Love? We can try. He's only 23. He's got star dev. I think we try to develop Jordan Love. There's a lot to love there. Like that. I think there's a lot we can do. Defense is looking nice. I probably going to want to move Preston Smith. Now, we could move Zadarius Smith down to right end. Smith can stay at outside linebacker. Got to upgrade the interior defensive line. But there's a lot to like here. We do have a little bit of money, and no one's offering on Devondre Campbell. So, ooh, Rashaan Evans. We're going to give Devondre Campbell maybe a 2-year deal. I think he's going to be inclined to accept this because I don't think he's going to get a lot of other offers. This is probably more than he would make anyway. So, hopefully he accepts that. I'm also going to offer Robert Tonyan. No one's offering on him either, so I think there's a chance we can get him. It's just the age thing. Nobody wants to sign a 28 or 29-year-old in the game, even if that's perfectly fine in real life. So hopefully those offers are accepted, and we should be able to do a lot here in the draft, but we'll see. Those have not been accepted. So we're not getting Devondre Campbell. We're not getting Robert Tonyan. Unless we decide on one of them. And I think... is it better to just save our money? Gonna focus on Robert Tonyan. Devondre Campbell just really wouldn't consider the offer. So I think we can get Robert Tonyan. That should put us in first place. Is it frozen? Class. Tonyan rejected. I'm not going to worry about private workouts because these are real players. It's not like I'm going to learn a ton about any make-believe guy. I know the real-life draft prospects still have to do a lot more film study in the next few months, but I got a good general idea about a lot of these guys. Okay, NFL draft time. Why? Okay, I took a break to eat, and then I decided to record a video realigning the NFL divisions, which should be on the channel maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to double upload or something, but it's going to be on the channel around when you watch this. Really fun video to make. Hopefully you guys enjoy that one. And now I'm back, so that's why the camera was over there. Whenever I'm looking at my monitor, like NCAA Riverside Royals, for example, I have the camera over there. But the biggest thing here is understanding what our long-term strategy is. So we're going to work and build around Davante Adams. I think we're going to try and find a way to extend him, but Jordan Love should be our quarterback. We have running back down. We have Jerry Jeudy. Could still draft a receiver. I know the Packers never prioritize that. They're not running the show anymore. GM Gene Dangus has stepped in, and I'm going to be making the picks, making the decisions. Not going to draft a tight end round 1, but it's certainly a position I'm looking at. We could upgrade the offensive line. I like Josh Myers. Royce Newman is like not great in the game, at least. He's 25. I think he can be fine in real life, but it's not a great option here. And obviously we need a big upgrade on Cole Van Lanen. So we might take a tackle fairly high. Need to beef up the D-line. Because other than Kenny Clark, we are in rough shape. And I said I was going to move, and I could move Rashawn Gary down too. I liked him so much playing on the line at Michigan. I thought he was someone that could even slide inside if he bulked up a little bit, but he didn't. He's just athletic enough to play the edge, and he's been really solid there. Continues to get better every year. Rashawn Gary is a really good player, so we want to build around him, but he's someone that absolutely could move down to play defensive end for me, which means we're looking to get some linebackers in here. We have Chris Barnes, but we need outside backers. That could be Zadarius Smith, who feels older than Preston Smith. I don't know why. We also could move him down. He profiles with his size as a potential defensive end in our scheme. Maybe not a traditional 3-4 D end, just because like he's not He's not built like a 3 tech, but like we could move him down in Madden, still would work. And then we just really need athletic outside linebackers. Corner's fine, because even if we don't keep Rasul Douglas long term, we have Jair Alexander. I'm extending at all costs. We have Eric Stokes. We have 3 good corners, and safety's fine. I'm gonna keep rocking out with Darnell Savage, and I love Adrian Amos. He's getting a little bit older, but he's fine for now. So really the biggest need is offensive line, linebacker, whether it's outside or inside, and tackle. Evan Neal to the Lions at 2. Hutchinson to the Texans at 3. The Jets go with Kyle Hamilton. The Giants take Derek Stingley Jr. Panthers go with Charles Cross. Giants get Malik Willis. Falcons at 8 go with Drake London. And here we are at number 9. Don't pick again until 28, so I got to make this one count. Ika Ekwonu still on the board. That's going to be a really tough player not to take right now. You have every linebacker you could want available still. You have the top defensive ends really, you know, outside of Thibodeau and Hutchinson. But yeah, there are so many options here. It's just taking best player available. And for me, that's going to be Ika Ekwonu. Just stick him at right tackle and you're good to go. So that is the pick. I think that's an obvious choice. Kind of reminiscent of Elton Jenkins in a lot of ways, just with his versatility on the line. Played left guard a year ago for NC State, transitioned to left tackle this year, and he's been phenomenal over there. A little bit of a problem with oversetting at times, but he's a mauler, has developed in pass pro. I think he's going to be a pretty good pro. So Ekwonu, easy pick here, and we'll plug and play at right tackle, as I don't really anticipate moving up. So we'll drop back to 28, where I am looking to land maybe a good outside linebacker at this point. Could take Penning. If we took Trevor Penning, we could move Ekwonu back to guard, which wouldn't be bad. That might be the best option. Quay Walker's cool. We gotta make this pick count. I could take one of these pass rushers. There are some really good options too. I think I'm gonna double dip on the offensive line here and take Trevor Penning. He's raw as a player, but is a mauler. We'll be able to find a spot for him, and that might be at right tackle. So I kind of surprised myself with double dipping on offensive line. I just think the board happened to align in a way where it made sense. And I mean, with Bernhard Raimann available here, maybe I shouldn't have, but obviously couldn't have known that. We could take a shot at one of these developmental edge rushers like D'Angelo Malone from Western Kentucky. Pretty good athlete. Chad Muma could also be quite cool. Really good athlete out of Wyoming. Kind of like these guys too. Dominique Robinson, Josh Paschal, and Alex Wright. Alex Wright in particular, I think, could end up being quite good as a mid-round pick. I want bang for my buck here, and the problem with that is it's just mostly good offensive linemen. Do I take George Pickens? Good third receiver option out of Georgia. It's not showing up in the game because it's just broken. I love George Pickens. I thought he could have had a real good chance to be receiver 1 in the class, and he tore his ACL and didn't really play at all and still declared for the draft anyway. I really do think he could be a good player. Let's take George Pickens. Only normal dev, but there is something to work with here. So I think our receiving core is done. I think you'd obviously want to keep Devontae Adams, but if you can't, hopefully we're going to set ourselves up for it being no big deal. So that's the goal there. Tariq Woolen, good developmental corner out of UTSA. Played receiver, that's why he's 6'4". Still learning the position, but is pretty good already. There's so many good receivers in this class. Jesse Luketa is a really good, like, hybrid outside linebacker. He would work really well in this scheme. Leo Chenal, I think, would work well too. I kind of like him more as like a strong side linebacker. I'd like him blitzing a lot, but not like a true edge rusher at all. I think I'm going to take Jesse Luketa. Or, hold on, tight end. Tight end is neat. I saw Greg Dulcich. Jeremy Ruckert's here. Jalen Weidermeyer still here. Maybe I'm going to take Weidermeyer with the next pick. Let's go Jesse Luketa out of Penn State. Welcome to the Packers. Does have hidden dev. Now, even though I've updated the class quite a bit, I have not really toyed around with dev traits recently. So anytime I take a guy with a dev trait, it is kind of getting lucky. But with the realistic rebuilds and using the actual draft classes, the focus isn't on like, oh, look how good I am at randomly getting dev traits. It's just about the experience with getting the actual like players. So I think it's understandable to a lot of you guys. Maybe take an off-ball linebacker here. Let's go Brian Asamoah out of Oklahoma. Had a really good showing at the Senior Bowl, and he is the newest Green Bay Packer. I don't know how much he's going to play right away, but it is good depth for sure. And we just need more guys on the defensive line. Tyreek Smith might be the one. Don't love the options at right end. Yeah, let's go with Tyreek Smith out of the Ohio State University. Don't know what his role is going to be quite yet. And I think I'll let the CPU handle the rest of the draft. It's only a couple late round picks, so I think we did pretty well though. Here are the overalls. Got some low to mid 70s and some high 60s, so could have been worse. And the CPU drafted Sam Laporta, so at least we have some tight end depth in there. Kind of forgot about that, but Isaiah Polamau also drafted. He's actually not rated too badly. Oh my God, you know what I just realized? I didn't disconnect. That's like the first time that's happened in months. But now we got to figure out these positions. And we do have Josh Myers. We do have John Runyon. John Runyon's 25 already. Yeah, I think Aquanu is going to play right guard. And Penning is going to play right tackle. I know it's kind of weird. I wouldn't have pictured myself double dipping on offensive linemen. And I'm not sure if the Packers should do that in real life. I would say probably not. I actually think they have got a really good chance to keep developing the guys that they have already. I change a position there. I wanted right guard. I wouldn't take offensive line if I were them, or at least not double dip in this scenario. But it's just kind of like the way the board fell. It made sense to me. Okay, so it looks not great right now. I'm gonna move both Zadarius Smith and Rashawn Gary down. Makes more sense for the defense, so it's a change that has to be made. So I actually ended up moving Preston Smith down. Zadarius Smith got significantly worse at left end, even though I feel like he's a pretty good run defender, which means he should profile fairly well. But block shedding is low, so maybe not. But yeah, he's going to stay at outside linebacker. Preston Smith moves down. Scheme fits are working. And the defense looks decent. I might start Eric Stokes so we can get more XP. But this is pretty much going to be the team. The offense is set up as I said it would be. Could use an upgrade at tight end, but it's not going to be huge for the offense. So Josiah DeGuara is fine for now, even if I am looking to upgrade. We have a first round pick from the Broncos next year as well. And it's time to see what Jordan Love and Cam Newton can do. What a combo. Not a bad half season so far. 7-0. Crushed the Cowboys 21-16. But that is pretty good. Hard to do a lot better than that. And oh yeah, Amari Rodgers. Yeah, maybe we'll try and develop him. Now I am in KC offense, meaning the tight end should be getting a lot of targets. I'm fine with George Pickens in the slot. Try and develop him that way. 7-0 is better than I expected. I thought maybe 4 wins, but this is really, really good. And I haven't done anything for scouting so far. I'm going to try and figure out a focus position. And then we'll figure out who we want. Oh, that's right. It goes away if you click anything else. Ooh, forgot about that. Isn't that fun? All right, we can do it here. So this guy's expertise is middle linebacker. I wish I had a defensive end one. Apparently the strengths of the class are wide receiver, corner, and right defensive end. I saw that the best players at either left, right, outside linebacker, or left to right end was right end. So that kind of matches up. Weaknesses are quarterback, offensive line. We're fine with that. I could take a receiver, but the focus is going to be on, I think, getting another big-time pass rusher in here somewhere. So that is the focus position. And I think I will stop it at week 11 to do the actual position focus, right? Where you choose 3 guys. What is it called? Just focus player. So we're going to have we're going to have the middle linebackers scouted fairly well and the right end. So maybe I'll look at Khalid Singleton, Brian Whitmore, top corner and top receiver. And then maybe Cam Andrews. I could still take a corner, right? I could still even take a receiver. And we should have multiple first rounders. So I will do those 3 players. And what might not be a bad idea, because it looks like we're going to be very, very good. Now that we're 8-2, we're not at the midseason mark, so I can't even trade. I was going to trade the first rounder while it still had, you know, maybe not Super Bowl value. The Bears are 8-1. Hold on a second. Some massive free agents. Oh my goodness. How are the Packers going to deal with this in real life? How much money do we have? Oh, 109 mil. That's actually quite a lot. I mean, I guess getting Aaron Rodgers' contract off the books would be very big for the Packers. Now, obviously, you're losing one of the best quarterbacks in the league and one of the best quarterbacks of all time, but it does give you a little bit more flexibility for the rest of the team. If I could sign Devontae Adams to maybe, now 5 years is fine, and I'll tell you why, because this probably is not even going 5 years from now. So Devontae Adams, long-term contract. Rashawn Gary is getting a lot of money here, but I think he's going to be worth it. Only 24 as well. He is back. Jenkins has re-signed. I'm probably not going to sign Preston Smith. I would rather have a little bit of flexibility financially, and he's just not at the top of the list. Obviously, 29 years old, 82 overall, star dev. It just isn't something I need to prioritize. I do want Adrian Amos and Zadarius Smith, but for how long? Not 4 years, probably. All right, Amos wants a longer contract. Smith is going to want the same. All right, I'll just hand out 4 years. Zadarius Smith is back. I'll deal with Adrian Amos at the end of the year, I think. Maybe even next week. Probably next week. I'll update you guys. Yeah, Amos is back. It's a 4-year deal. Same financials. We made the playoffs. We're now negative 2.8 available salary cap. I think that's accounting for the extra first-round pick. Shoot, that's going to be... I mean, depending on how bad the Broncos are, that could be a lot of money. But we also signed some huge contracts. I'm just wondering how we were able to do that. I don't know how we're negative right now. It'll probably like show what it actually is in the offseason. Kind of does that. But where can we save a little bit of money? Not really anywhere. There's pretty much no wiggle room whatsoever. I mean, Preston Smith maybe. But we're not going to like trade him right now. So we're keeping him for the playoff run. And let's go ahead and check out the season stats. Heck of a season for Jordan Love, but in particular, as you'll see, my pass rushers, Jordan Love, 3rd in the league in yards and touchdowns, over 5,000 yards, 40 TDs. Rushing, Aaron Jones went over 1,000 at 15 touchdowns. And receiving, it's actually pretty well-rounded, but Josiah DeGuara in KC playbook was killing it. So tight end actually could be pretty important. And he's not that bad. Route running is horrible, but the rest is good. Still probably looking to upgrade, but Devontae Adams was awesome. George Pickens was good. In fact, it's Jerry Jeudy who kind of made the smallest impact. Chris Barnes had over 100 tackles, but check out this defense. Rashawn Gary, 17 tackles for loss. Clark matched that. But look at the sacks. That's how I feel watching Euphoria. I don't know if you guys seen that show. Man, more dick than I care to see. Listen, I've got a fairly low tolerance, and it has been exceeded many times over. You've seen that show. But 23.5 sacks for Gary is nuts. Still a fraction of the amount of peen that I've seen on that show, though. 22 for Zadarius Smith. 14.5 for Preston Smith. D-line just playing amazingly. And we didn't really even have that many opportunities for interceptions, I'm sure, but Jair Alexander led with 3. 13-4 is a great record. The Bears just completely lost it at the end of the season. We're going to play the Packers. I want to see this in schedule, though, here, because we were kind of like back and forth for a little while. Yeah, after week 7, loss, win, loss, win. It was, you know, back and forth, but finished strong. But check out the Bears, though. The Bears were crushing it. So many wins, and then beyond week 11, loss, win, loss, 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 loss. Is that 1-6? after week 11. What a major collapse. Let's see if this team can take on the Packers. What an unbelievable first season starting for Jordan Love. Literally, it is unbelievable that he would have over 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. But Packers going home early. Round 1 loss to the Cowboys. And our season is over. And the Browns beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Urban Meyer, Coach of the Year. Hell yeah, dude. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year. Kenny Pickett, Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Saints. And Kobe Dean, Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Patriots. What a bizarro world season where the Browns win the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield's the Super Bowl MVP. And Urban Meyer is your Coach of the Year. A lot of crazy things going on. Khalid Singleton looks good. You guys know I love to draft, you know, the best player available. And oftentimes it is a DB. A-man, A-zone is tough to come by. With great to elite speed, Khalid Singleton's got to be near the top of the list right now. D'Angelo Milstead looks very good. A play rec, A tackle. We don't know awareness. Or excuse me, we don't know power moves. We don't know finesse moves. We don't know block shed, which are 3 really important pass rusher attributes. But I like the corner a lot. What about this guy? Cam Andrews. No, the top corner is just so much better. If I'm going to take a corner, it's going to be Khalid Singleton from the U. Who are our free agents? 25 mil is the number. Preston Smith, but he is 30 now. Oh, that is a problem. He is superstar dev, but he's going to regress. That's the issue. He's an 82 now, playing up to an 83. But what is he going to start the season at? Not that, probably. I just don't see a way we can re-sign him. Like, we have the money to. I don't know how highly sought after he's going to be in free agency. I can't imagine very, just because of the age component. But he does have the dev trade. We're going to see what's available in free agency, and then probably look to bring him back if we want to make that decision, which I'm not even sure I do. I might be better off starting a rookie, but it depends on all who is here. DK. Ooh. This could be a big one. Ekwonu and Penning, both superstar dev offensive linemen, by the way. They have, well, Penning in particular could be really, really good. That's like a big boomer bust type player in terms of he's got all the athleticism to make it, but we'll have to see what ends up happening. DeGuara is star dev. We could bring in DK Metcalf. Wouldn't hate that. Jordan Love up to superstar dev, by the way. He's still only a 74 overall. But that's only going to get higher, especially with that dev trait now. And then defensively, Rashawn Gary up to superstar dev. Lucada, star. What do we want to do here? Do we need to save the money? Do you see why I could draft a corner, though? I'm going to have to trade up for sure. But I hope, well, maybe the Broncos suck. I'm going to give DK Metcalf a contract, and we'll look for edge and, I mean, even off-ball linebacker in the draft. DK would be a big get. I think with Aaron Rodgers, he would be nuts. Unfortunately for us, Aaron Rodgers is not on the team. DK rejected the contract. But basically, to me, I think DK would be utilized similarly to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, which isn't to say that, you know, oh, Marquez can do everything DK can. DK would be able to do more than Marquez, but particularly as a deep threat, especially someone that can catch the football, would be a pretty big get for the Packers, but it just is unlikely to ever happen. I'm not going to do anything in free agency except for signing a kicker and a punter. Good options. We'll get Younghoe Koo and Jake Bailey. Sure. Okay. I think I got Younghoe Koo. I didn't get Mitch Wishnowski. I think Jake Bailey got a contract offer from maybe the Lions or the Jets or somebody. I wasn't trying to like really duke it out for a punter. So I'll get one at some point. It's not really a huge concern. Doesn't seem like we're punting very much either, by the way. Our offense is pretty electric. Ooh, we pick at number 7. I fear that we're going to have to move up for the corner, though. He's going to go at number 2 overall. And will I have to do an interdivisional trade? Well, I'm not trading up to 1. Oh, that's a Lions. Okay, so I'm going to have to trade up to 2. It's going to be an interdivisional trade with the Vikings. It is what it is. The Lions are taking the quarterback at number 1, George Matias. And there he goes. But yeah, we are moving on up. It's a player that's worth it. I don't care what the current team looks like. And corner, it's not the biggest need. You got my guy Tate Gowan here. But yeah, Stokes is cool. That'll be CB3. Rasul Douglas is getting older. He's not developing. So we are moving up. Is there any way I can trade up from number 28 and keep number 7? I think there's going to be. I think there's going to be a way. LaMarcus McAllister looks to be a really good middle linebacker. The only thing I worry about is the true athleticism. He's not that fast. If he has 85 speed, though, I would probably be pretty pleased with that. So might try and draft him. He's not at number 7. I don't even know if he'll be available. Alvin Townsend looks really good. We just don't know his power or finesse moves. But the athleticism is crazy good. So you'd expect, I don't know. It could be pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if this is a new fun glitch that I didn't know about. But for some reason, I can't deal with future draft picks. I only have access to 2023 picks. It's always something with this game, dude. They don't have any picks, apparently. They have no picks in 2024. Cool. All right, so in order to make this trade happen, I have to trade number 7. Jeez, dude. Oh, this freaking game. Trading number 7, a 4th this year. Rasul Douglas, we're drafting a corner anyway. He's the oldest one. I think we kind of talked about that already. He's just not developing anymore. And we are getting number 2 and a 4th next year. I don't know why it will not let me get to my future picks. It's ruining everything. But this player here at number 2 overall is so good. It had to happen. Khalid Singleton. How fast is he? 4.34 speed, best in the class? Yeah, he's going to be unbelievable. Welcome to the team, Khalid Singleton. He's going to be 80 plus, I think, for sure. 93 speed, 96 change of directions, crazy. I'm going to put him at an 80. It's tough to know without knowing what his actual coverage ratings are. I think he's 80 plus. I do. I don't know if I'm going to say as high as 82. I think it's possible. Really, really, really good first pick. We're just going to move down to number 28. I'm not going to even bother trading up. Not having future picks kind of handcuffs my flexibility a little bit. Interesting. Devin Saunders, A, power moves, pursuit, and tackle. Looks good. He's not an amazing athlete or anything. Does fit the scheme pretty well. I think he's going to be the pick here. You know, you don't see that many A key ratings, so we'll take him. Does have normal dev. Don't really have any idea how good he is right now, but I could see him starting. This safety's pretty athletic. We'll take him. Zach Carter, 91 speed. Probably let the CPU deal with the rest. Our draft recap. We hit a home run with the first pick, guaranteed. What about the next couple? Anytime now. Anytime you're ready. Anytime at all. There we go. 80 overall. Khalid Singleton. Star or better. 93 speed, 83 man, 80 zone. Press is good too. Yeah, Khalid Singleton is great. Now, Devin Saunders, not bad either. 78 overall, fits the scheme. 87 power moves. Block jet isn't crazy high. He's got good traits too. I think Devin Saunders will be very good. Zach Carter isn't so great. Only a 67. Henry Cook, only a 65. Won't play. Cedric Quinton won't play. I guess Saunders can be rush DT too. Kind of makes sense to me. I mean, Asamoah can play over Luketa. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, the team looks pretty good. And offensively, I'll leave George Pickens in this. Actually, you know what? Maybe Jerry Jeudy will play in the slot. Kind of fits that profile anyway. Team's looking good. We didn't upgrade at tight end. Do I want to do that? I mean, Josiah DeGuara is killing it. Why bother? Let me just put Judy in the slot, and then I'll see you at the midseason mark. Only 4-3 at the midseason mark. I mean, the NFC North, apart from the Lions, is super competitive right now. We'll try to upgrade Chris Barnes to superstar dev. It's possible. It could happen. But I wouldn't keep my hopes up. Seems like the Raiders are playing pretty well. But we'll see what we can do. We lost 41-28. So, yeah. Chris Barnes did not get upgraded. Unlucky. Ooh, Jerry Jeudy's going to be free agent, as is Jordan Love. He should still be fairly cheap, though. So this really isn't going to handcuff us. Well, he's not, like, cheap. He's still a quarterback. And he's going to start. So he's going to get big money. But it's not, like, 30, 40 million a year like it could be. We'll try to extend Jerry Jeudy as well. And Judy's back. Let's see the dev trait for the corner. Superstar X Factor. That is pretty good. We'll take that. Just snuck into the playoffs at 10-7. Won the division, though. Giants at 13-4. Ugh, interesting. Jordan Love had pretty good numbers as well. Let's go ahead and check him out. Over 5,000 yards, second in the league. First in touchdowns with 39. Did throw 19 picks. Rushing, Aaron Jones was dominant. 18 touchdowns, over 1,200 yards. Jerry Jeudy crushed it. 11 TDs for Devontae Adams. Josiah DeGuara over 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Pickens wasn't too bad either. And then defensively, Chris Barnes, 117 tackles. Gary had 18 for loss. Although our sack numbers are so low from the previous year. Was Preston Smith really the glue that held this team together? How is that possible? Let's see if we can beat the Giants. It's always funny to say we and then beat the Giants. Nope. Oh, because I'm a Giants fan, as many of you guys know. Things did not go well. The defense was so bad this year, and I just don't know why. It was so good the first year, but another first-round exit. No, can you even make fun of the Bengals anymore for first-round exits? They overperformed so much in real life this year, all the way to the Super Bowl. Have people forgotten that the Bengals just every year would get a first-round exit under Marvin Lewis? Maybe they have. Giants lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey wins league MVP. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year. George Matias with the Lions is your Offensive Rookie of the Year. And George Novak is your Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Falcons. Two people named George as Rookies of the Year in 2023. Wild. Not even George Pickens either, by the way, because he wasn't a rookie. But George isn't a very popular NFL name nowadays. I can only name I just came up with George Asafo Adjei. Is he still in the league? That came out of nowhere. He's not in the league anymore, but he was a Giant 7th round pick in 2019. But yeah, I'm sure there's some other Georges. I'm not going to think too hard about it. It was like 3 seconds of thinking and came up with George Asafo Adjei, which is, that's the most insane poll I'll ever have. So we have no money right now. So Runyon's gone. We don't really have big free agents either. We're just going to have to let backup running back AJ Dillon go and find another tight end, probably in the draft, to replace Josiah DeGuara, which really shouldn't be that big of a problem. We are in an excellent position. Aaron Rodgers in free agency. Jordan Love, by the way, superstar X Factor, but we have no money. The number one player in, I don't know why this is so funny to me. The number one player in the draft is Chaz Hampton, receiver at Ole Miss. All right, Chaz. Ooh, not a good class for tight ends. Not ideal. Dude, the NFL saw Cooper Kupp. They're like, Chaz Hampton's the best receiver in the draft. Brandon Rich is 6'3", 235. I found my tight end. Is there just no 2024 NFL draft? Is that why I had no picks? I don't know why. I have no picks remaining. What do you mean? I just have no picks. We have a 4th. What are you talking about? I don't know what to do here. This is a glitch in the game. One of freaking many. There are my 2025 picks. And keep in mind, the only 2024 pick that I have is one that I got in the trade down with Rasul Douglas, right? Or the trade up. It was a 4th round swap. So I'm moving up for something in 2024. This is beyond stupid, but okay. Dude, I bet this is one of the archetypes EA has put in here on purpose for like designed to move to a tight end. He's got a run block. I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen here. Well, kind of. He's got a run block, a spectacular catch. He's a tight end. He's not like incredibly fast, 4.51 speed. Awfully slow for a receiver at this point. But, well, I don't know if I would say that. It's like whatever speed. It's not particularly impressive. Ole Miss, by the way. Is Ole Miss just a receiver factory right now? I know what you're saying. Bengal, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, DeMarcus Lodge. I can name the whole team, okay? But interesting. You don't usually see that in game. I'm going to take Brandon Rich. That's my tight end. Chaz Hampton goes #1. Unreal. The Titans apparently have 2 picks at number 22 overall. Do the Titans have all of my picks? What's going on, man? Okay, since I have no picks, I cannot trade for this player. I cannot navigate the board, which is extremely frustrating. It's going to be way cheaper and more doable to actually just trade for the player after he's drafted. So that's what's going to happen. Wherever he gets drafted, I'll just make a trade. I mean, he's still available. I thought he'd be gone by now. So maybe I will try and trade again. But if I can't, if he gets drafted, I'll just trade for him after the draft. There he is. There was another receiver. Where is this dude going to go? Another receiver, and it's still not the guy we want. Okay, there it goes. Number 32, a 4th this year, the only pick we had, and a 2nd next year. It should never have come down to that. And it still says the Bills are on the clock. I think this franchise is going to glitch out. That's my prediction, but we're going to take Brandon Rich here. He will be a tight end. Does have hidden dev. His deep route running for a deep threat was low. This guy was made to be a tight end. All right, let's see what happens here. Titans pick number... It said that... Did the Titans... Did it say the Titans picked the previous guy? This is so weird. Brandon Rich is a 73 overall. I think that's pretty good. 90 speed. Route running's not that good. Catch and traffic, spectacular catch are pretty good. Change of direction's actually incredible for somebody quite so big. And the run blocking is not amazing for a tight end. It's amazing for a receiver. But as I said, he's moving to tight end. And I think we got really lucky. I don't think I've ever seen, or maybe I just haven't taken notice of a player like this. 77 overall tight end now. Blocking is low. I think it's because pass block maybe really lowering that, but the run block is not bad. There's amazing traits. We're going to get him going. I mean, lead block's terrible. The secondary blocking is terrible. But you know what? We're making it happen anyway. Jerry Jeudy, superstar dev now. Offensive line looks good. Maybe we didn't need to draft Rich because Sam Laporta is here, but I think he's going to be amazing. Sam Laporta, by the way, has what, +1 run blocking? His pass blocking is actually crazy though. Chris Barnes, superstar dev. This team's looking nasty. Team's looking good. I wish Jordan Love was a higher overall. I don't know how he can be like clearly one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league back-to-back years and still stay underneath an 80 overall. Like if you saw a quarterback put up top 3 in yards and touchdowns back-to-back years and he's 25, so those happened 2 years prior to that, I mean, he'd be at least mid-80s. Development kind of weird at times, but team is looking pretty good. We'll simulate to the midseason mark, and hopefully we're doing all right. 3-3? Is our defense bad? 15th, middle of the pack. It's really good for passing and rushing yards per game. We're just allowing a lot of points. A 12-5 made a big-time turnaround. Jordan Love took his game to another level. And it didn't start out all that great, but check out this stretch. Is that 7 wins in a row? 7 wins in a row. 8-1, 9-2 after the bye. Very, very, very good comeback. And let's check out these numbers, dude. I mean, Jordan Love put up over 5,400 yards, 46 touchdowns, first in both. I mean, that's going to be an MVP season, no question. Only 10 interceptions rushing. Aaron Jones was even better than last year, although the touchdown numbers are down. 3 receivers with over 1,000 yards, including, or not including the tight end Brandon Rich. So 4 total receivers. 12 touchdowns for Rich, who had over 1,100 yards, over 100 catches. Pickens was nuts. Jerry Jeudy was awesome. Devontae Adams was the least productive receiver of the top 4, and he's a 99 overall with 99 everything, basically. Chris Barnes had 130 tackles. Kenny Clark, 18 for loss. 16 sacks for Sean Gary, 9.5 for Zadarius Smith. Interceptions, 3 for Jair Alexander, 2 for Chris Barnes. But this has got to be the year. This has got to be. I mean, our defense is getting older. This is our window. Khalid Singleton's a 90 already. It's upgrade zone because I know the CPU is not taking care of it. A 91 overall for Khalid Singleton. Speed gets upgraded. This is only his 2nd year. 94 speed, 95 man, 87 zone and press. Yeah, very impressive for Khalid Singleton. Let's see the dev trait for the rookie receiver turn tight end. I'm assuming star. It is star. Gotta beat the Giants in the wild card. Please. Finally a win. It's 21-20. And you know what? I'm probably gonna pop in against the Niners here. Because, I mean, we gotta be able to beat them. I gotta make sure of it. We're a 90 overall to their 85. This has got to be a win. Very close game so far. Niners up 24-10. All right, now we got to get some points on the board. Getting away from us. It's an 11-point game. 34-23 now. Defense going to have to come up absolutely massive, and they're not doing it. This is a huge 3rd down. I would say the game is basically on the line here. We're going to bring Darnell Savage up. We need to make a play near the line of scrimmage, because if they convert, it's essentially game over. They're running play action. They're going deep. Where is Jair? Oh my God. Thankfully, toe tapped out of bounds. That was just a complete mismanagement of the situation by Trey Lance. But what is Jair Alexander doing? I don't think he could have played it any worse. Pickens, get away from the ball, please. Give us a chance. All right, bit of an uphill battle. We're gonna need to make a little bit of a comeback here. That's a sick route. Rich, wide open, caught it in stride. He's by Chandon Sullivan, former Packer, burnt. Thankfully, he didn't notice the ball was in the air until it was too late. Brandon Rich, the converted tight end, caught it in stride. Sullivan was trying to run with Aaron Jones, but that is a game-changing play that could put the Packers in the NFC Championship game. We now have a reasonable shot to get that done. 2-point conversion will be successful. George Pickens makes it a field goal game. 3rd and 8. Game is essentially on the line here again. We only have 1 timeout. We need to stop. Lance is going to take off. Somebody get after him. He slides. He's going to be short. He's got to be short. 4th and inches. We're going to save that timeout. We're going to save that timeout. I just want this punt off. Good punt, but Trey Lance slid just inches away from ending Green Bay's playoff dreams here at Lambeau. We've seen that before. Trying to get it done. I mean, Rich is just way too good at tight end. Good route. I mean, I'm tempted to just streak Rich here and see if he can just run past everybody. And we can just barely get the throw off. I was one-track mind there. I was only looking to throw to Brandon Rich, which wasn't going to work, obviously, with the pressure. But I feel like kind of just want to slant him again because we have clear outs all over that side of the field. If we move Aaron Jones over to the right, we can put Rich on like an in and then get him off the line here. No, we need 6 on the line, and I guess everyone else, well, I guess 7 with Devontae Adams. I'm going to put Rich on an out, and then maybe that'll drag the safety down and Pickens will get open. It's kind of exactly what happens. Love hits him. George Pickens has speed. Stiff arming. And George Pickens is down inside the 15. That worked to perfection. Clock is still ticking, though. Pickens did not get out of bounds. But the time really shouldn't be a huge factor at this point. We are down pretty close to the goal line there. We'll call our final timeout with 15 seconds to play. A sack would be very, 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 very bad. They want us to kick a field goal. Read the room, brother. We're in the 4-yard line. We're driving down the field. 3rd and 2. Running the ball feels like suicide, but it's so tempting. 11 seconds. We can get 2 plays off. It's 3rd and 2. I'm trusting Aaron Jones. Up the middle. Jones has it. Touchdown. And that could put the Packers in the NFC Championship game. What a comeback here at Lambeau. It is going to be a 4-point game. The 49ers need a touchdown or bust. Season over at the hands of the Packers. It's probably going to be one final play here for Trey Lance. They need 77 yards. Lance has time. Will air it out deep. It's in a double coverage, and it is caught and then dropped by Ayuk. That was way too close. It wouldn't have been a touchdown, but that's amazing that that was even remotely close. Jordan Love threw for over 400, including 2 touchdowns, and I think Sean Payton was their coach. It's still going to be so odd to me that Sean Payton is not the coach of the New Orleans Saints anymore. It's that's just crazy, because Sean Payton has been there for, you know, how long, and through a couple of you know, trials and tribulations. I think that Bountygate comes to mind first and foremost, but Sean Payton's been there forever, and now it's gonna be Dennis Allen. So he has head coaching experience, but it's still, you know, it's gonna be a weird change from Sean Payton. It's like after Bill Belichick leaves the Patriots, it's like that's gonna feel so bizarre. With all these different teams, we see a lot of coach turnover, right, with the head coaches, as we'll happen to play the Cowboys here. But some of these teams have had the same guy forever. I probably would guess that Sean Payton would be the 2nd longest tenured head coach in the league prior to retiring, right? It has to be Belichick 1, and I had to have been Sean Payton 2, right? Am I missing anybody? Surely not. No, I don't think so. Tomlin? No. Yeah, so it's Bill Belichick 1. It was Sean Payton. He was a year before Mike Tomlin, who's 3. And then John Harbaugh in 08. And then Pete Carroll in 2010. There were only 4 head coaches prior to Sean Payton. Now only 3, of course, who were hired prior to 2010. And Bill Belichick was in the year 2000. A very, very long time ago. Can we take the lead at any point? Thank you. I feel like we keep starting out down to these teams, and that's just not going to work out. Because we've seen, you know, 3 touchdown leads evaporate. We're up 21-10 right now, but we know how quickly these can flip-flop. In a matter of moments, it's a touchdown game. And now it is a 1-point game. Guess they went for 2, though, or missed the extra point. It is 24-23. Maybe they needed the 2-point conversion. I thought it was going to be... I thought they had, what, a 17? They have only 16? They had to go for 2 and they didn't get it, maybe? That could have happened. So we got them to waste their final timeout. I say waste, but I also didn't fully realize the situation I was jumping into. It was just a random 3rd down. I wasn't really ready for that. Dallas needs just a field goal, but obviously you can't go for that situation. You just have to trust your defense. And we're going to need Jesse Luketa, Chris Barnes. We're going to need those guys to make some plays. Jair cannot get his hand in there. Thankfully, Adrian Amos is there. Why is Jair not being good right now? Also, who is Quentin? I've got unanswered questions. Dak looking to roll out. Throwing deep at Alexander. And that's intercepted. This is, I was talking trash. Jair, shut me up. Game-ending, NFC Championship clinching interception that will put the Packers back in the Super Bowl. No Aaron Rodgers, no problem. Jordan Love has led us to the promised land. Another excellent performance from him. Over 300 yards passing with a touchdown. And it's time to see if this Packers team can go all the way. Super Bowl shot. Who are we playing? And it will be the Bengals in the Super Bowl, just like real life. Except this is 2024. And this is an interesting matchup. Rashawn Gary going to be upgraded here. Jair too. All right. This team should be looking pretty nasty. Let's go ahead and give you guys a quick refresher. I kind of feel like doing another season after this as well. How long is this video going to be? Probably an hour and 10 to 15 if I do another season. Ooh, is that too long? Might be. I've uploaded far longer, as you guys may very well know. Jordan Love, 84 overall. Rich is star dev. We know that already? I think we did, right? He did not get upgraded despite the amazing rookie season. Tight ends just don't really get upgraded. Kind of stupid, in my opinion. George Pickens is star dev. He's also playing up 5. He's only an 81, but he's playing up to an 86. Morale and temporary boosts are kind of insane, but in a good way. Saunders still not upgraded. Rashawn Gary, superstar, X Factor, playing up to a 99 overall. It's got to be unstoppable force. It's got to be... I always do extra credit. I think it's good. And edge threat if you're rushing off the edge. That one is very good to have. Kenny Clark, Devin Saunders, Khalid Singleton, man. He's still only in his second year. He's not even playing up that much. He's up to a 93, but he's a 91 in true talent. So, yeah, he's pretty unbelievable. They have Mike Williams. Look at that offense, dude. Especially, we'll check the depth chart in game. If they kept T. Higgins, which I think he should still be there based on his rookie contract, this would be his 4th season there. A receiving core that features T. Higgins. I doubt they would have Tyler Boyd. But T. Higgins, Mike Williams, Jamar Chase. They have Joe Mixon. They probably have Joe Burrow. This is a nasty team. He's a 98 overall. Joe Mixon's a 99. They have CJ Ham, Jamar Chase, Mike Williams is a 91. Chase 97. Khalid Arnaud, who's an 82. He's a rookie, though. So he's pretty good. Forrest Wiley, Jaquari Robertson. David Njoku. No injured players. I'm confused. T. Higgins, 2020 rookie. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 is the 4th season. Didn't count. It's always so funny when you think about it that way, because you're 20 plus 4 is 24. 2020 to 2024. But no, you got to count the actual season, and I didn't do that in my head. So that's why that mistake happened. His final season was last season, and this is a blowout. 24-31 now to 7. Packers finally have points on the board, but it won't matter. 38-23, I believe, will be your final. And the Green Bay Packers under Jordan Love are Super Bowl champions. Head coach Shailene Woodley, of course, is victorious. Decided that she deserved to coach the Packers because she also doesn't have Aaron Rodgers. And Joe Burrow has lost his 2nd Super Bowl. Oh man, Joe Burrow sucks. Can't win the big game. He's a choke artist. Oh man, that rookie seems pretty cool though. At tight end, Brandon Rich. I think it's Brandon. I think it's Ika Makwanu up there. There's David Bakhtiari. I think that's gonna be. Is that Trevor Penning? Maybe that's wearing number 71. Rich is up on the podium. Jordan Love stared deeply into the soul of the Lombardi Trophy. And, should we run it back? Let's run it back. Let's try to do it. Big game for Jordan Love. 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns. And yeah, the video will be a little bit longer, but guess what? If you're bored, you're not watching anymore. If you want to see the extra season, I got you. 2024 season recap. Of course, Packers over the Bengals. Jordan Love, Super Bowl MVP. Zeke won MVP. Zach Taylor, Coach of the Year, probably the wrong choice when Shailene Woodley's an option. It is Brandon Rich. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year at tight end. Interesting. I mean, it's well-deserved, but I don't think I've ever seen that happen. So that's pretty cool. But to be fair, I never draft tight ends, especially none who are like actually good. So the guys we need to bring back are Aaron Jones, who's 30, but I'm in. I mean, for a final season, absolutely. We have 4 guys to bring back, maybe 5 with Josh Myers, actually. Hold on, is Tadarius Slayton just TJ Slayton now? Is this the same Florida defensive tackle? It is. Daryl Slayton goes by TJ now. See, that's one of those interesting things about like being draft addicted and college football addicted like I am, is you learn all these players, and then when they change their name in the pros or start going by a different name, it gets kind of tough to remember that. Like AJ or Alexander Johnson, the linebacker for the Broncos from Tennessee, like Sean Murphy Bunting, who was just Sean Bunting out of Central Michigan, like Joe Tryon out of UW, who was drafted by the Bucks and is now Joe Tryon Shoenka. There are countless examples of that, and it's a little bit of a change at first, but will we even have the money to bring these guys back? I think we should. Bakhtiari is really not asking for anything too crazy. He's back. Jones I might deal with last. I need Kenny Clark first and foremost. Do 4-year contract, and Kenny Clark is back. Stokesy is back as well. We could do a little bit better than Josh Myers, but I kind of just want to keep him. 3-year contract for a 30-year-old running back. He's gonna test free agency actually. I'm not gonna tag him. I could probably just re-sign him out in free agency anyway. Josh Myers really isn't asking for that much. We still have wiggle room, so he's back, but I might look to upgrade. And then, you know, I'm gonna bring back my guy Tay, and then the rest can walk. Very, very interesting group of free agents here. Like Eric Armstead kind of stands out as well, but that's even, you know, not even the biggest one. I mean, Justin Tucker's here. That's got to be a must sign. Michael Thomas, if we want to go down that route. DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron Donald. Do I steal him away from the Giants? Might have to. I don't think we need a receiver. The offense is fine other than running back right now. And then defensively, man, Zadarius Smith is down to a 78. That's why you can't sign older players. He's like, I don't want to say horrible, but not great. So we need a true like sick outside linebacker. Lucada is actually fine. Lucada at this point is better than Zadarius Smith by like quite a lot, actually. Rashawn Gary is going to move outside the left outside linebacker. Aaron Donald maybe at right end. Zadarius Smith can be a fine backup. Could use a better inside linebacker too. And Quentin gets on the field too much. I might sign Javon Holland and then move Darnell Savage to a backup position. I might go crazy here. We have the money to make some moves. We could save money by cutting Zadarius Smith in the short term. The cap penalty would be a little much. It's just, I'm kind of putting all my eggs in the Aaron Donald basket right now, which is a good basket to have him in, to be fair. But I think for the sake of the team, I don't want to have to do it, right? But Aaron Donald is so expensive that I feel like it makes more sense to just withdraw the offer. I'm sad about it, but I'm going to get Eric Armstead, and it should make the team a little bit more well-balanced, especially if we can get him for cheap, which I think is doable. You know what's funny is Justin Tucker is an 88 overall kicker, 35 years old, does have superstar dev. Harrison Butker is 5 years younger, same overall. Evan McPherson too. Nobody wants these guys. They got to fix free agency. I know kickers are less highly sought after, but at this overall point, they would have some significant interest, I would say. Show me big free agency week. Okay, we got Eddie Jackson. We got Eric Armstead. I went after Eddie Jackson. Fun time to tell you guys that. He was older than Javon Holland, significantly, of course. But he was also the same overall. And for another season, if we're just trying to repeat, Eddie Jackson, it made sense to steal from the Chicago Bears. We still have Darnell Savage. We have Adrian Amos. I don't know. With the morale, some of these guys look better than they are. But it would make sense to have Darnell Savage at least be the backup strong safety, because he's going to see the field quite a lot. Ooh, we got Harrison Butker, and we got Stephon Tuitt, who will be the backup defensive tackle. And I say backup, he should actually play quite a bit. So now I think the biggest thing that we have to do is figure out a way to get a new starting running back. Do we have any picks here? I can't even tell. A lot of quarterbacks here. Zadarius Smith will be a trade candidate. Here we are in 2025. Yeah, no first or second round pick, which is stupid. I should have one in each round, but of course, it'd be number 32 anyway, and the game is trash. Chad Bunny seems to be quite good. Top 5 true talent, A finesse moves. Ooh, Chad Bunny could be disgusting. So the Falcons are the only team with even moderate interest in Zadarius Smith, and it probably is like no interest at all. First round pick, it's not even going to be remotely close. Is there any way I can get that pick though? Unlikely. Trading a future first, future second, and a third this year for number 12 in the draft. And that's going to give me a little bit of room to operate here. I don't think I want to spend a pick in this draft. It would be fun, but I need to play it smart and get a running back somehow. Trading number 12, a future 3, and the current 4 to move up to number 5. The pick's just going to have a little bit more value, which should let me do a very interesting trade here. And now I'm trading a 1, a 3, and a 5 to the Giants for Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney. Now, why am I getting Xavier McKinney? As a safety, he doesn't have a ton of value in the trade system. And I guess in real life too, safeties just have lesser value. Saquon, he's 28 years old now, but he should be pretty good as a replacement for Aaron Jones. He's a bit younger too. Should be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. So he's gonna be able to do everything we want. And then Xavier McKinney just offers us another really good DB in the secondary. He's actually gonna be the highest rated safety that we have. We got some good ones too now. So just gonna make the team a lot better. And yeah, obviously no picks, but that's largely due in part to the glitch that took away all of my 2024 draft picks. Ooh, Xavier McKinney, superstar dev as well. So yeah, the secondary now is gonna look pretty amazing. The entire defense really could use a better second middle linebacker, but just none really available. Receivers look good. Specialists, is everything in place? Yes, and with good backups as well. Eric Armstead is a rush end, really. I mean, I guess it makes more sense than like Jesse Luketa. Eddie Jackson, sub linebacker, is interesting, but I don't hate it. So the team looks pretty good. I think I'm going to simulate straight to the playoffs, and we'll see if we can repeat. Made the playoffs at 11-6 with this 94 overall team. Oh, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,732 yards. That is an NFL record by a lot. By a lot. Yeah, he beat his previous Make Believe 2022 record by like 200 yards, even more so. That is that is pretty crazy. 40 touchdowns as well. Let's see what the rest of our team did though. We know Jordan Love was very good with a lot of interceptions though. Saquon put up a better season than Aaron Jones did ever, so that was great to see. George Pickens dominated. Jerry Jeudy quite good. Devontae Adams really good. Brandon Rich took a bit of a step back, but still was productive, I would say, for sure. And then defensively, Eddie Jackson, 100 tackles, 10 for loss, 17 for Rashawn Gary, including 15.5 sacks that led the team. It was well-rounded, but nothing crazy. Eddie Jackson, 4 picks. You know, we had him playing all around in the box, in the back end. So, you know, it just is what it is for that. And we'll see if we can beat the Carolina Panthers. We are plus 10 overall to them, and we do manage to sneak by 42-31. And now the Rams stand in our way, but the Rams do not have Aaron Donald. He signed with the Giants, so this could be easier. They're only an 81 overall. They still have Jalen Ramsey, but I think it's a game we should be able to win. And we do, barely sneaking by, 24-21. And now the Lions have made it to the conference championship. One of the first times ever that they've made that in the Super Bowl era. Now, forgive me about my NFC championship knowledge. It's not as deep as the Super Bowl. They've never even made it to the Super Bowl, so I would say maybe unlikely, but now they're in the Super Bowl as they beat us unbelievable. The Lions go into Lambeau and upset the Packers to make it to the Super Bowl. And it's Lions-Raiders. Probably in my mind, like the two worst teams of the 2000s. At least in memory. I mean, the Raiders had a real bad stretch, but they were really good in the early 2000s when he who shall not be named was their head coach and Rich Gannon won an MVP. But yeah, this is the final team. Jordan Love really never developed as much as he probably should have. He's only an 88. I know that's plus 20 overall, but you know, he's one of the league's best quarterbacks at this point, and he only got to 88. George Pickens, superstar dev. Offense looks amazing, and then defensively, things look pretty good as well. Rashawn Gary, beast. I mean, look at Khalid Singleton and Jair Alexander. What a cornerback duo. Line looks pretty good. Saunders up to star dev, but that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Got a Super Bowl with Jordan Love and the Packers, and we didn't see Aaron Rodgers really accomplish much of anything in Denver. That says a lot more about the video game than him as a player. So that'll do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Go down, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.